Hello all, let's cover the transformation for graph of tangent and cotangent. Still, we are in 4.3, but in this section, we are covering this part of the section, we are covering the transformation. If I give you a general form for graph of tangent and cotangent, I'm sorry, the general form for graph of tangent and cotangent is y equal I can name it A tangent of omega, let's name it omega x plus B, or I can have y equal A cotangent of omega x plus or minus B, whatever. This is our vertical shift because we did it for sine and cosine. Right now we know it's the same for tangent and cotangent. Your B is vertical shift, correct? The period which is, we know we show it with t, is pi over whatever the coefficient of x is, pi over omega. Few notes: tangent has zeros, tangent has zeros, and center of period, and center of period. Vertical asymptote. One more time, I'm writing all of these because they're really important. Vertical asymptote at ends of periods. Correct? Now, based on this, I'll do few examples for you and you will see how I'm applying step by step, and easily I can graph any graph of tangent with the shift that I have. Let's start with example number 1. In example number 1, we have y equals 3 tan x, or tangent x. The first thing that you want to do, of course, if you have a vertical shift, you are looking after your vertical shift. But here I don't have a vertical shift. I'm looking to my period. Period is pi over coefficient of x, which is 1 here. That means my period is what? Pi. Correct? Now, how to graph? Because I told you that period for the tangent is kind of tricky because at the center it has 0, correct? And the graph of tangent doesn't starts from 0 actually, correct? If this is the center, pi, if you divide pi, because it should be on the two sides of your 0. If you have a 0 at y, correct? Now, divide pi by 2. If you divide pi by 2, it gives you pi over 2. One side, pi over 2 on one side of your center. On the other side, it gives you negative pi over 2. That is your period. You see, you have to divide your period around your 0. Correct? Because 0 has at the center. You see, tangent has 0 in the center. In the center of the period. Then whatever my period is, I'll divide that by 2 and put on two sides of my 0. Correct? Vertical asymptote at the ends. pi over 2 is the end for my period. I'll draw my vertical asymptote here. Negative pi over 2 is another end for my period, and I'll draw my vertical asymptote here. What left? Find the quarters. When you are dealing with 0, finding the quarter is easy. You divide actually pi over 2 by another 2. It means pi over 2 times 1/2, which gives you what? Pi over 4. Correct? And also on this side, it gives you negative pi over what? 4. Now, you got your 0, correct? And remember the key points. The key points are at quarters. Now, what does it mean? I have the first key point at the negative pi over 4. This is my first quarter. Here, negative pi over 4 at the first quarter is negative 1 because the graph of tangent is an increasing tangent, correct? An increasing graph. The second quarter is pi over 4. And at pi over 4, remember, we have 1. Now, how we deal when we were dealing with sine and cosine? We multiply our key points with this number, with a, right? Which my a is 3, correct? If I multiply the output with 3, then my key points are becoming negative pi over 4 and negative 3 and pi over 4 and what? 3. These are my key points. Okay, 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, positive 3. Negative pi over 4 and negative 3, this point. Positive pi over 4 and 3, this point. Now, nicely, you can graph tangent here, correct? That will be the graph of tangent for this example. Correct? It goes really close to vertical asymptote, but never intersects the vertical asymptote. Correct? Let's do another example. For example, y equals negative 2 tangent of 3x, then plus 1 outside. Again, first thing to find the period, t equals pi over this number omega, pi over 3. Correct? And you need half of the period, you have to divide it by 2. It means multiply by 1/2, which gives you pi over 6 and negative pi over 6. That will be the two sides for 0. Correct? Now, start graphing. First thing to do is your vertical shift, right? You have plus 1, it means up 1. If this is 1, I'll draw here my vertical shift line. It's not an asymptote, please, because I use dashed line. It doesn't mean it's an asymptote. I just mark my new x-axis actually. I can call it new x-axis because I have a shift. Now, period is pi over 6 and negative pi over 6. What I do, I'll mark here as a pi over 6. Even you can mark it on x-axis if you wish to. And on this side of 0, negative pi over 6. Now, find the quarters. Because you are still dealing with 0, it's easy. If it's not around 0, of course, you average these two numbers. You add them, divide by 2. Correct? Because I have 0, it's easy to find half of it, which is pi over what? 12. On this side, and negative pi over 12 on this side. I draw my vertical asymptotes at the end of the period. Here, this is the end of the period, pi over 6, and negative pi over 6. Correct? Key points. What are the key points? You have negative pi over 12 and negative 1, and positive pi over 12 and 1. You multiply the outcome by negative 2. Then your new key points will be negative pi over 12, and negative 1 times negative 2 gives you 2. And also pi over 12 and times 1 times negative 2 gives you negative 2. You see, actually the graph kind of flipping. At negative pi over 2 over 12, you have positive 2. 1, 2. From the here, your 0 is now here. Your 0 is on your vertical shift. 1, 2 at pi over 12. At positive pi over 12, you have negative 2, 1, 2 here. And easily now you can graph tangent. Correct? When you learn how to transform sine and cosine, the others are easy because you repeat it. But the only thing with tangent is you have to focus that to divide your period around the 0, half. For cotangent, you don't have that problem because the period starts from 0. Correct? Let's do an example on cotangent. Y equals cotangent of, or 3 cotangent, but let's put here also a number. Y equals 3 cotangent of 1/2 x minus 2. Correct? Period. T equals pi divided by 1/2, which gives you what? 2 pi. You have a vertical shift of negative 2. It means go down 2. Please focus here. First, vertical shift, negative 2 means down 2. 1, 2. This is my new axis, x-axis. This is my vertical shift. Now, period. Remember here you are not dividing by 2 because your period for cotangent starts from 0, correct? Now, mark somewhere as a 2 pi, correct? For example, I'm marking here as a 2 pi and also on my new x-axis. Half of it will be pi, correct? Here, pi. Quarter of it will be pi over 2, correct? Here. And this side, of course, 3 pi over 2. Cotangent and tangent has vertical asymptote at the end of the period. It means here and here at 2 pi. 0 at the center. It means pi is by 0. For cotangent, what are the key points for cotangent? I will write here key points for cotangent. It's a little bit different than tangent. The first quarter is positive 1. it means pi over 2 and 1. The second quarter is 3 pi over 2 and negative 1. Correct? Now we multiply this by what? By a, which is 3. Well, of course, gives us pi over 2 and 3. When it's pi over 2, you have to count it from here. 1, 2, 3, somewhere here. Negative 3 pi over 2 and negative 3 from here. 1, 2, 3. This part. And easily you can connect these points. A nice smooth curve, which I cannot draw with this pen, unfortunately. That will be the graph of y equal 3 cotangent of 1/2 x minus 2. Correct? One more example. Y equals negative cotangent of pi over 4 x, correct, plus 1. Let's put also a vertical shift. First, period. T equals pi over omega, which is pi over 4, which gives you, if you simplify, only 4. Correct? Then draw your graph. I'm trying to draw, then my hands is shaking with this pen. I cannot control the line. Moves. First, vertical shift, up 1. Vertical shift, up 1 here. Because I'm dealing with cotangent, I will start from 0 and mark somewhere as a 4. Here, 4. Let me mark it with red pen that you can see. This is 4. Also mark it on the shift. Half of the 4 is 2. Correct? And half of 2 is 1. And half of between 2 and 4. I told you, if these are numbers, if you don't know how to find here, it's easy. Between 2 and 4 is 3. But if you cannot find, those are different numbers, do this. 2 plus 4 divided by 2, which gives you 6 over 2, which is what? 3. Easily you can find that number. Average that distance. Correct? Where I should have 0 at the center of the period. What should I have at the ends of the period? My vertical asymptote. It means at 4 and at where? At 0, at y-axis. This is your y-axis, this is your x. Now, first quarter. The first quarter is 1. And I told you for cotangent is 1, 1. The second quarter is 3 and negative 1. But you see, here, how much is my A? It's just given as a negative. It means your A is negative 1. You multiply the outcome by negative 1. Only the output, correct? It means the new points are 1, negative 1, and 3, positive 1. When it's 1, y is negative 1 here. From your new x-axis here, this point. When it's 3, y is positive 1, means here. You see how the graph is opened here? It's shifted like horizontally stretched. And also you have the reflection because of this number which was negative. It flipped the graph. This is how you do the transformation for graph of tangent and cotangent. In next lecture, I will cover section 4.4, which is graph of secant and cosecant, and at the end, I'll do phase shift for you for tangent, cotangent, and secant and cosecant.